Welcome to this episode of Say It with Scott, where we look at how the words we use affect the lives we live. I'm Scott Sery. I'm a copywriter, and I'm a lover of how we can take a word here and there, twist them around just a little bit, and dramatically change the message that we're sending. This episode is brought to you by Strategic Advisor Board and by my company, Sery Content Development. When you're reading anything, not just necessarily sales stuff, but even like a book or a newspaper article or anything like that, how often do you find yourself kind of nodding along in agreement with what's being written, or maybe just shaking your head in disagreement with what's being written? When you see something that's really well written, an advertised that's really well written, how do you react to it? Do you get defensive and say, I feel like I'm being sold to? Or do you kind of flow into it and think that this is something I want to get on board with? If it's really well written and you're answering these questions in your head as you're going along, it's because that topic, that writer, that article, that information being presented to you is asking you a lot of rhetorical questions. You probably noticed it at the beginning of this video because I made sure to put these rhetorical questions out there and just pile them on all at once. But what you don't realize is probably most of the really good sales literature and the really good advertisements that you read, they have these rhetorical questions built in. They're designed to kind of stimulate you and get you thinking about your own life. So if I say, how many times have you lost money due to a bad business deal? Now all of a sudden you're sitting here and you're thinking, man, I've probably lost a lot of money due to a bad business deal. What's this guy after? And then you get down into it and I turn it into a little sales pitch on how I can make sure you don't lose money due to a bad business deal. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, you can ask these little rhetorical questions that kind of hit hard to the people that they affect. And then they keep going and they want to see how can they remedy that bad feeling that hit them hard. That's how you're kind of weeding out the people that you don't want to work with and only focusing on the people you do want to work with when you don't really have a means of controlling exactly who it gets to. Only the people that have done bad business deals and gotten burned are going to keep going. The rest of people are going to be like, what? No, I'm such a good businessman, I don't get burned. And they're going to move right along. Those are the people you don't want to deal with. The ones that got hit hard, the ones that answered, yes, I didn't like this. What's the solution? Those are the ones you want to capture. And those are the ones that you can capture when you use rhetorical questions in anything that you write or any advertisement or any video or anything like that you create. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Say It with Scott. I hope you found something inspirational and educational you can apply to your own business. As usual, if it didn't make sense, if you're struggling with it, or if you just don't want to do it, hit the links in the description below, reach out, I would be happy to help you. But before you go, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you get notifications every time Strategic Advisor Board posts great new content.